A while ago, in their annual conference where they announce updates to their current products and launch their new ones, Google announced its complete shift to AI. Their AI, Gemini, now exists in every single Google product without exceptions, and it was an absolute disaster. Want to search? AI. Want to look up something on Maps? AI. Google Docs, Gmail, Calendar, Gemini have access to all of them. And of course, the reaction online was negative. It was so bad that they had to turn off the comments on the keynote video. And even though the video had almost 9 million views at the time of writing the script, it only had 29,000 likes. This ratio shows you that the vast majority hated the conference. The biggest proof that people are pushing back against Google's shift to AI is that the DuckDuckGo app downloads spiked by 30% within a week of the conference. On the Apple App Store alone, the downloads went up by 70% in just one day, and traffic to their website went up by 28% compared to the week before the keynote video. So yeah, let's say people really hated the conference and what was announced in it. But what did actually happen? Let me tell you what Google announced and why people were angry about it. First, faster and cheaper AI. Google announced Gemini 3.5 Flash, which is the fastest AI model they've ever built. Google claims it's 4 times faster than the competition without losing any quality. They say that coding with this model is the best it's ever been. It hallucinates less, responds better, and costs less than half of what competitors charge. Second, Gemini Omni for videos. After developing Nano Banana for images, Google has now built something called Gemini Omni. It's an AI model specialized in multimedia content creation. Something like that. With Omni, you can edit videos just by talking to the AI, and you can ask it to tweak and polish the results. Third, upgrading Synth ID. Google announced updates to Synth ID, which is a service that tells you if a video or image is AI generated or not. This is in collaboration with several developers of AI models that generate images and videos. Google announced that it's more accurate now. It doesn't just show you if a video or image was made by AI, but even if it was edited using AI. But it has a flaw. It only works with companies partnered with Google on this project. If the image or video was made with something else, you can't use this service to find out if it's AI or not. Fourth, Gemini Spark. This is one of the biggest products Google announced at this keynote. It's an AI model that acts as a personal assistant and agent for you, running non-stop in the cloud to completely manage your digital life, even if your phone or computer are turned off. Spark can access your emails, calendar, Google Docs, and even more. It will keep track of your information and figure out exactly what you need and when you need it. The difference between Spark and the competition is that you can tell it something like, hey, track the price of this device, and as soon as it drops below this amount, let me know. And Spark won't just tell you if the price dropped, it can literally order it for you without you lifting a finger. Fifth, AR glasses. In a collaboration with Samsung, Google announced smart augmented reality glasses. These glasses are lightweight, smart, and run on Android and Gemini. They can translate anything you see right in front of you, give you the info about it, or even take a picture and edit it using AI. That's actually something Google hyper-focused on during this keynote. They even took a picture of the audience and told Gemini to edit it right then and there. And finally, Google Search is now an AI search engine, and this is the biggest thing that caused a reaction on the internet. The single biggest change to Google Search since it was created. Now, AI mode is the default on Google Search. It's not just a side feature anymore like before. No, it's the very first things that pops up after you search for anything. Above that, it even starts working before you even look things up. The moment you start typing, Gemini is running in the background to predict exactly what you are searching for, and it might even suggest better questions. It works through data agents running in the cloud that crawls websites that have the info you're looking for, and then Gemini hands it to you in the AI overview. You can even dig deeper by turning your search into a conversation with Gemini right inside Google Search. And you can tell it to ask YouTube, for example, and it will scrape info from videos on YouTube. Obviously, it doesn't watch the videos at that moment, but it reads YouTube's automated AI summaries and give you the info you need based on that. Obviously, alongside all of this, they announced other things like Anti-Gravity 2, which is Google's developer platform where you can build using AI, plus Android 17, their new design language, and a shopping cart where you can throw in multiple products and check out all at once. But it's strictly limited to Google's partners, not just any random store, and also some other stuff we don't really care about. Alright, so what exactly is our problem with all of this? And why was the reaction so negative? First off, turning the search engine into AI is going to kill websites. Because Google's AI agents are the ones visiting websites and scraping information from them, a lot of sites will be forced to optimize the experience for these agents. over time, websites might end up being designed only for AI agents because real humans won't even be visiting these sites anymore. The problem is that a ton of websites could shut down, especially small sites that rely on ad revenue or user donations, because Google, the biggest search engine without any question, is no longer driving direct traffic to these sites. And what's really infuriating is that Google actually relies on these exact websites to get you the information in the first place. So why not just let me see these websites myself instead of burying them under the AI overview? They are basically stealing their information while at the same time wiping them out by focusing search around AI. The second issue is the cart Google announced is partnered with massive online retailers. The question here is, how is search supposed to stay unbiased or fair? If the second you search for certain products, the AI tells you that you can buy them from Google partnered stores and bundle them into a single cart. Why would you buy from a store that isn't in that cart and have to track that purchase separately? Let's be honest. Are you even gonna know that there are other stores other than the ones Gemini shows to you? What does this mean for small business owners? And how are they supposed to compete with any of Google's partners after this cart launch? Keep in mind, my friends, that 90% of internet search happen through Google search. That means any change to it directly impacts every single website on the internet. If your business relies on online sales, things are looking pretty alarming for you, unless you are one of Google's partners, of course. And even if you say, fine, I won't search on Google, well, even Google Maps is turning into AI. One of the things they announced at the keynote is that even maps will interact with AI. The example they used in this video was someone saying, my daughter fell into a puddle and the wedding starts in 30 minutes. Find me the fastest place I can buy her a new dress. Look at how much personal info you just fed the AI instead of just typing children dresses in the map search. The problem is that this leads to a bunch of issues like AI hallucinations, wrong information, and bias favoring certain shops. Even the example Google gave us is completely oversharing info. They want you to give them as much data about yourself as possible so they can use it for profit. And the crazy thing is, after pulling the rug out from under every single website Google scrapes info from to hand it to you, they write, this is for informational purposes only, and AI can make mistakes. If it can make mistakes, why are you shoving it everywhere? And don't forget, my friends, the ultimate goal is money, not your best interest. Before anyone jumps in and says, no, but this is all for our benefit and Gemini is useful and fast, Google doesn't care about you or your best interest, and their goal isn't your direct comfort. Their only goal is profit. Put in mind that most of these features I mentioned require you to pay like $100 a month to use Spark and everything else. Google's profits have skyrocketed in recent years, and now they are the second largest company by market cap. It looks like their goal is to milk AI for all it's worth, pump up company profits and stock prices, and become the biggest company by market cap to surpass Nvidia. It's all for the money, my friends, not for you, your comfort, or making your life easier. Most AI features from most companies start off free, so people get hooked on them, and then they start asking for subscriptions and raising the prices over time because the goal is just money. That's it. And unfortunately, all of this comes at the expense of human content, whether it's articles, images, videos, or even code. Over time, human-made content on the internet is gonna disappear between the vast amount of AI-generated content. This will make the whole internet experience feel hollow and depressing. Over the last few years, most of the websites and articles that appear on the first page of search feel cold, robotic, and half of it is just a product ad stuck at the end of the article. For years now, I haven't been able to search for anything on the internet without typing the word Reddit at the end of my search, just to make sure I'm reading something written by an actual human. Though that in itself is a problem because human written content has become centralized in just a few places, like Reddit and Twitter or X, and that's a really bad sign. And all of this is indirectly killing the internet as we know it. The internet is shifting from a place where humans share experiences and information to a place where humans just interact with machines. Whether you are contacting customer service, reading reviews or news, or even watching videos, AI is doing it all, directly or indirectly. The old internet has basically become a giant database for AI use only. Sure, AI is improving over time, but the internet is now controlled by a handful of companies and platforms. Over time, finding pure human content online is gonna get harder and harder, and the massive amount of information on the internet will become completely meaningless. This leaves us with two choices. Either dive headfirst into the new world and hand over our thinking process to AI, or reject it and move toward digital independence by using open source software and old school offline phones. Though that path comes with massive challenges, because life is incredibly hard if you are disconnected from the internet. Most services we use daily require modern devices and constant internet connection. And even though these devices and services make our life easier, I have to question, were they really made for our benefit, or were they designed so we'd rely on them completely to the point where our money, our thoughts, and our lives are held hostage by these service providers? Before I end this video, I want to say there is a middle ground. You can use only the services you actually need and leave the rest. You can switch from Google to another search engine today. Use open source software and try not to let your data and your life depend on just one company. Find a balance. Check your settings and turn off what you don't like. Don't use a product before knowing what data it collects from you. Cut down on your AI usage or don't use it at all. And spread awareness in your community. By doing that, you'll save yourself, at least partially, from corporations having total control over your life. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like privacy focused content, please subscribe and like this video because there is more coming. And that was it. Goodbye.